Okay, let's try some of the problems. I'm using that worksheet that I sent to you that goes with lesson 66, one-step inequalities. And the first and second one we're going to do here. The inequality here, the symbol, you're going to do these just like we've been doing the other ones, trying to find what that x is. So you treat this like an equal sign. Okay, and we're trying to isolate the x. We're trying to move everything to the other side so we can figure out what the x is. Okay, so here we got negative 12 is greater than x minus 7. So here we're trying to figure out what x is to make this true. So x minus 7, we want to get this negative 7 to the other side. So the opposite of subtracting is adding. So if I had negative 7, I go plus 7. That will become 0, and the x will be by itself. Okay, but whatever I do to this side of the symbol, I got to do to this side. So I got to go plus 7 over here. Okay, so it ends up being x by itself, and I have this here, the symbol, and then negative 12 plus 7, that's going to make this negative 5. Okay, so here we got x is less than negative 5, or if you write it the other way, you have x is less than negative 5. They mean the same thing. Okay, so how do I graph this? Well, here, x is less than negative 5, so I got to find negative 5 on the graph here, which is this one. And since the negative 5 is not included, it's not equal to negative 5. X is not equal to negative 5. So you want to make this an open circle. And x is going to be less than, so I'm going to go this way, x is going to be less than negative 5. So it's any number that's less than negative 5, negative 6, negative 7, negative 8 for infinity. Okay? Number 2, we're trying to find negative 1 plus some number is going to be greater than or equal to 4. So again, we're going to treat this like a regular equal sign, like we've been doing the other problems, and we're trying to isolate the missing number. So we want to move the negative 1 to this side. So again, the opposite of a negative 1 is a positive 1. So I go plus 1. So negative 1 plus 1, that'll be 0, and the r will be by itself. But since I did a positive 1 on this side, to keep it equal, I got to do a positive 1 on this side. I got to go 4 plus 1. So 4 plus 1 is going to be 5. And then my symbol. Okay? So now the r is by itself. I can see here that r is going to be greater than or equal to 5. So here r is going to be equal to 5 or greater than 5. So since it's equal to, instead of an open circle on the number line, I'm going to find number 5 and put a closed circle. And then I'm going to make it greater. So I'm going to go this direction here. Okay? So this means that r is greater than or equal to 5. And this is how you graph it. Since there's an equal, you want it open. If there's no equal, you want it, if there's an equal, you want it closed. If it's no equal sign, you want it open. All right? And the rest of these, 1 through 8, are the same thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the answers that I worked out up here, and that way you can pause the video as you do the problems, and you can check and compare it to my answers. And remember, there's probably more than one way to do these, but this is how I did them. Okay, so there's 3. Here's number 4. Here's number 5. Number 6. Number 7. Number 8. They're all adding or subtracting to move and isolate the missing number. Okay, hope that helps.